Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let us continue our study of Granthara Srīmad Bhāgavatam through this Bhakti Vaibhava course. And we are going to read from Canto 2, Chapter 4, entitled The Process of Creation, verse number 5 onwards. But before that, let us chant our Mangalacharan prayers and recite the verses that we are supposed to memorize in Module 3. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadasya yatonvayaditarata sharteshvabhidnya swarat tene brahmaridaya adi kavaye muhyanti yat surayah tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayonmulanam Srīmad Bhāgavate Mahamunikrite kim va parairishvaraha sadyoridyavarudhyatetra kritibihi shushrushubistatkshana nigamakalpatarorgalitam phalam Shukamukhadamrita drava samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje ahaitukya pratihataya atma suprasidati vadanti tat tattvavidas Tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabdyate atah pumbir shreshtha varnashrama vibhagasha swanushthitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam ete cham shakala pumsah krishnastu bhagavan swayam indrari vyakulam lokam ridayanti yuge yuge Tadvag visargo janatagha viplavo yasmin pratishlokamam abhaddavatyapि namananantasya yashvankitani yat shrunvanti gayanti grinanti sadhavaha yasyam vai shruyamanayam krishne paramapurushe भक्तिर उत्पद्यते पुंसः शोकमोह भयापहा। आत्मारामाश्च मुनयो निर्ग्रन्था उरुक्रमे कुर्वन्त्यः हेतु किं भक्तिम् इत्थं भूतगुणो हरिः। त्वयि मे अनन्य विषया मतिर्मधुपते सकृत् रतिम् उद्वहता दद्धा गंगेवौघम् उदन्वती। उद्दाम भाव पिशुनामलवल्गुहास व्रीडावलोकनिहतो मदनोऽपि यासाम् सम्मुह्य चापमजहात् प्रमदोत्तमास्ता यस्येन्द्रियं विमथितुम् कुहकैर्न शेकुः। भवद्विधा भागवता तीर्थभूता स्वयं विभो तीर्थि कुर्वन्ति तीर्थानि स्वान्तस्तेन गदावृता। तूलयामलवेनापि न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवम् भगवत्संगी संगस्य मर्त्यानां किमुताशिषः। तिरस्कृता विप्रलब्धा शप्ता क्षिप्ता हतापि नास्य तत्प्रतिकुर्वन्ति तद्भक्ताः प्रभवोऽपि। पुनश्च भूया भगवदनन्ते प्रतिप्रसङ्गश्च तदाश्रयेषु महत्सु यां यामुपयामि सृष्टिं मैत्रस्तु सर्वत्र नमो द्विजेभ्यः। एतावान् सांख्ययोगाभ्यां स्वधर्म परिनिष्ठया जन्मलाभ परपुंसामन्ते नारायण स्मृति। अकाम सर्वकामो वा मोक्षकाम उदारधि तीव्रेण भक्ति योगेन यजेत पुरुषं परम्। अहम् एवासमेवाग्रे नान्यद्यत् सदसत्परम् पश्चादहं यदेतच्च यो वशिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहम्। ऋतेऽर्थं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यादात्मनो मायां यथा भासो यथा तमः। यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषु चावशेषु अणु प्रविष्टान्यप्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेष्वहम्। एतावद् एव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकाभ्यां यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा। अत्र सर्गो विसर्गश्च स्थानं पोषणमुक्तयः मन्वन्तरेशानुकथा निरोधो मुक्तिराश्रयः। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So let's get started from verse number 5. We are seeing how Sri Suta Goswami is describing to Shaunak Adi Rishis the glorious position of Maharaj Parikshit. How Maharaj Parikshit easily renounced those things that are very difficult to renounce. And giving up everything, sitting in rapt attention, drinking the nectar that was flowing from Shukamukha. We just recited verses of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. I started from the beginning today because every once in a while we should start from the beginning so we don't forget the verses that we have already memorized. So, Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam Shukamukhad amrita drava samyutam. That Shukamukhad amritam is being drunk by Maharaj Parikshit through his ears. And now let us see what Maharaj Parikshit asks his Gurudev, Shri Shukadev Goswami. So, Janani Mataji, can you read the Sanskrit of text 5, and then Satyarupa Mataji can read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Rajovacha Samichinam Vacho Brahman Sarvajnasya Tavanagha Tamo Vishiryate Mahyam Harehe Katayatah Katam.
Translation by our most beloved Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaj Parikshit said, O learned Brahmana, you know everything because you are without material contamination. Therefore, whatever you have spoken to me appears perfectly right. Your speeches are gradually destroying the darkness of my ignorance, for you are narrating the topics of the Lord.
Yes. Hare Krishna. This is the attitude of a Sad Shishya. Having complete faith in one's Guru. Maharaj Parikshit is saying, Hey Shukdev Goswami, O learned Brahman, you know everything because you are without material contamination. One must have faith that one's Guru is a pure devotee of Krishna. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Koriya Aikya. When we have such faith, then we can make the words of Sri Guru as one's life and soul. One should have no doubt that one's Gurudev is a pure devotee of Krishna. Whatever you have spoken to me appears perfectly right. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna also says that to Krishna. Sarvamitam ritam manne. Whatever you say, Krishna, yes, I accept that. Your speeches, whatever you have spoken, it appears perfectly right. This should be a disciple. One should not have doubts in the words of Sri Guru. We should accept it as it is. Guru Maharaj has said, yes, I will do it. Your speeches are gradually destroying the darkness of my ignorance. If we have such faith in Sri Guru, that my Gurudev is a pure devotee, whatever my Gurudev says, I accept it in my heart wholeheartedly. If we have such faith, then the words of Sri Guru will destroy the darkness in our heart. Because then we are directly through Guru connecting with Krishna. Guru is our connection with Krishna. So, Tesham evanu kampartham aham agyanajam tama nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. That jnana deep will destroy our andhakar in the heart, ignorance, when we have such faith. Your speeches are gradually destroying the darkness of my ignorance, for you are narrating the topics of Lord Krishna. Hare kathayatah katham. You are speaking Hari Katha. That's why it is destroying the darkness in my heart. And Srila Prabhupada Ji Maharaj, our beloved founder Acharya, Nitya Lila Pravishta, Om Vishnupad, Shri Srīmad Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, very wonderfully in this purport, quotes a verse from Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Nandini, Saroja Nandini Mataji, can you please read that verse in the purport from Shvetashvatara Upanishad? A very important verse. In Bhagavad Gita also, Srila Prabhupada has quoted it many times.
Hare Krishna. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasyaite katitha hyartaha prakashante mahatmanaha.
Yes. So here Srila Prabhupada has not given the translation, but Saroja Nandini Mataji, can you tell us what the meaning of this very important verse is? This is the final concluding verse of the Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Oh, sorry, Mataji. You're okay. Yes, you can unmute.
Prabhu, should I read from here?
No, just explain that verse. What does that verse mean? In your own words. Doesn't have to be exact.
That whatever the Guru says, it is as good as what Krishna is instructing us.
Yes, excellent. Yasya deve, Dev means Vasudev, Krishna. Yasya deve para bhaktir, like we have the ultimate devotion, bhakti for Krishna. Yasya deve para bhaktir, yatha deve tatha guru. Same bhakti we should have for Guru. Tasyete, to such person, kathita hi artha, all the meaning of the Shastra, prakashante Mahatma. To such a Mahatma who has equal faith and devotion in Guru and Krishna, all the purports, all the inner meanings are automatically revealed. Have you heard of the very, very exalted disciple of Shripad Ramanujacharya by the name Dasharati? Dasharati. One day he asked Shripad Ramanujacharya, "Hey Gurudev, it is said that one of the most important verses of Shri Bhagavad Gita is Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Masuja." Very often this verse is quoted, Guru Maharaj, but I want to understand the true inner meaning of this verse. Can you please explain that meaning to me? Shripad Ramanujacharya had just spoken Hari Katha, and after the Katha he asked, "Are there any questions?" And Dasharati raised his hand and asked this question. As this question was asked, the daughter of Shri Mahapurna walked into the assembly. Mahapurna was one of the gurus of Shripad Ramanujacharya. Shri Mahapurna's daughter came and sat down, and of course Shripad Ramanujacharya had great affection for her, like his own daughter. And she looked very distraught. She had just come from her in-laws' house, Sasural. She looked very distraught, very sad, very depressed. I have told this story many times, but I love this story, so I will tell it again. Shripad Ramanujacharya looked at her and said, "My dear child, why are you looking so morose and sorrowful and distraught? What is the problem?" The daughter of Shri Mahapurna replied to Shripad Ramanujacharya that, "Hey Gurudev, hey revered Prabhu, what shall I say? Ever since I have got married, my life has become hell. 24 hours a day, I am engaged in the service of my in-laws, mother-in-law, father-in-law, my husband, and their extended family. I wake up before any of them wakes up. I start cleaning the house, start cooking for them, washing their clothes, then washing the pots and vessels. And by the time this is done, it is time to cook the next meal. And I'm doing that 24 hours a day. I'm working, then everybody sleeps. I massage my husband's feet. Then he goes to sleep. After everybody has slept, I sleep. And I wake up before anybody wakes up. This is my dincharya. I am overwhelmed with work, too much work. Cleaning the house, washing the clothes, washing the pots, cooking, too much, chopping the vegetables. See, in those days, it was not some ready-made masala. Everest, MTR masala. You have to take all the spices, grind them with your own hands and make for every meal fresh. There was no fridge. There was no microwave. Everything had to be cut fresh, made fresh. She said, 24 hours a day, I'm trying to feed 3 meals to my family. Too much work. I have no time for bhajan. Sripad Ramanujacharya says, okay, so what can I do for you? Gurudev, please give me a servant who will assist me in my household chores. Sripad Ramanujacharya looks at this sannyasi, Dasharati, who had just asked this question. He says, yeah, here is your servant, take him. Dasharati, get up, go and serve. Now this Mahapurana, Shripad Mahapurana's daughter's husband's family was not devotee. They were not devotees. And Dasharati is a pure Vaishnava. He has to go and become a menial servant in the house of non-devotee. Can you imagine that? Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. He goes and for 1 year, like a menial servant, he is an assistant to Sri Mahapurana's daughter. He is washing the clothes, he goes to the river to fetch water. He brings dry sticks, he cooks in the kitchen, he cleans the house, washes the clothes. Mahapurana's daughter is in bliss. Such a nice servant I have got. She's very happy. And Shripad Dasharati also is very happy because he's serving Shri Guru. 1 year it goes on like that. And then one day he goes to the river to fill water in the pots. And one Hari Katha is going on the banks of the Kaveri river. And the person is speaking some Apasiddhanta in the Hari Katha. And Dasharati is just listening. But when the Apasiddhanta is spoken, he raises his hand. He says, Prabhu, for the benefit of everyone, let me repeat what Sripad Ramanujacharya has said in this Sandarbha. And he speaks the right Siddhanta, corrects. And then the Vakta, the speaker of Harikatha, he asks some counter questions. And Dasharati, who is in the dress of a servant, he replies, quoting appropriate verses from the Shastra. And the speaker of Harikatha is amazed. He says, who are you? How do you know all this? Even a learned Brahman cannot explain the Shastra so nicely. You are looking like an ordinary household servant. Who are you? He says, I am just a servant. I am exactly what you think. But then someone in the audience recognizes that this is that learned disciple of Sripad Ramanujacharya, Dasharati. And when the speaker comes to know, he falls at the feet of Dasharati and comes to the house and tells the in-laws of that girl that who have you kept in your house as a servant? This is a great aparadh. He's a Mahabhagvat. You should be serving him. You should be inviting him home for prasad. What are you doing? So then immediately they return Dasharati back to Sripad Ramanujacharya. When he comes back, after serving humbly without expecting a single paisa for 1 year, when he comes back, Sripad Ramanujacharya embraces him. And the girl's parents, they tell Sripad Ramanujacharya, we are sorry we ill-treated your daughter, we were overworking her, but now we understand what a glorious lineage she comes in. So now we will take care of her, don't worry. We don't need a servant, we will manage. You can keep Sri Dasharati Maharaj with you. We are very sorry to have taken service from him for 1 full year. And they go happily. And Mahapurana, Sripad Mahapurana's daughter is also happy. When Sripad Ramanujacharya sees how nicely Dasharati had served, Sripad Ramanujacharya embraces him. And in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya literatures, it is mentioned that with that one embrace of Sripad Ramanujacharya, the true inner confidential meaning of Sarvadharman Parityaja immediately awakened in the heart of Dasharati. And his question was answered. Just one embrace. Why? Because Dasharati was such a Niswartha Guru Sevak. Without expecting anything, he was engaged in the service of his Gurudev. That is very important. Look at the qualities of Parikshit Maharaj. How he is glorifying his Gurudev. He's calling him learned. He's saying, you know everything because you are nirmal. You are free from material contamination. Whatever you speak is perfect and correct. Your speech is destroying the darkness of my ignorance because you are Hare kathayatah katham. You are speaking Hari Katha. So wonderful. So thank you, Sarojanandini Mataji, for explaining that verse. Now, when a hungry man is given food to eat, he feels satiation of hunger and the pleasure of dining simultaneously. When a hungry person eats food, nice tasty prasad, you can enjoy the taste, and at the same time, your hunger is satisfied and your body also feels nourished. All three things happen simultaneously. Thus, he does not have to ask whether he has actually been fed or not. Please listen carefully. Question is coming. The crucial test of hearing Srīmad Bhāgavatam is that one should get positive enlightenment by such an act. Meenakshi Vrajgopi Mataji, please explain the last two sentences that we read. Thus, he does not have to ask, and the crucial test of hearing. What is your understanding?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
By hearing Srīmad Bhāgavatam, one should not misinterpret the inner meaning.
Okay, very good. Very nice. Srila Prabhupada is saying that suppose now Ekadashi, at least in America it is Ekadashi. Let's say on Dwadashi you eat nice prasad. So how will I come to know that you have eaten enough or aapka pet bhar gaya hai? I cannot know. But you will know, right? Because you are the one who is eating. When you are done and I am coming to serve you one chapati, you will say, Prabhu bas, abhi nahi chahiye. Why? Because you are full now. You cannot eat anymore. Correct? You will know. Similarly, Prabhupada is saying, one does not have to ask whether one has been fed or not. A person who is fed will himself or herself understand, because with eating, there is fulfillment of the hunger, the body feels nourished, and one has also enjoyed the taste of the prasad. Similarly, a person who has drunk Srīmad Bhāgavatam through the ears will feel complete satisfaction of the Trishna. What is the meaning of Trishna? Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji? Trishna. Anybody knows what is the meaning of Trishna? Many times we have used that word.
Thirst.
Yes, Sarojanandini Mataji?
Thirst.
Trishna means, suppose I go to Disney World and I enjoy. I eat nice food there, I sit on all the rides, and I enjoy full day, forgetting Krishna. I enjoy Disney World. And then I'm satisfied. Maza aa gaya. It was worth it. Okay? And then, after a couple of months, again I develop a desire. Yeah, fir se chalo. I again feel like going to Disney World to enjoy. That is called Trishna. Trishna means some sense gratification that we have already enjoyed, we want to enjoy again. Again and again we want to enjoy. Any sense gratification. That is called Trishna. Thirst to enjoy again. Punah punascharvita charvana. That is Trishna. That Trishna is satisfied. It goes away by hearing Srīmad Bhāgavatam. Our material longings, material hankerings go away. That is the test of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. Otherwise, we can come and hear Srīmad Bhāgavatam, but if there is no transformation in the inner consciousness, that means we are not hearing properly. Okay? That is the meaning. Okay. Now, Janani Mataji, please read verse 6. And then Satyrupa Mataji, you can read the translation.
Hare Krishna. Bhuya eva vivitsami Bhagavan atma mayaya Yatedam srijate vishwam Durvibhavyamadiishwarehi.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I beg to know from you how the personality of Godhead, by his personal energies, creates these phenomenal universes as they are, which are inconceivable even to the great demigods.
So in the verse number 5, Maharaja Shri Parikshit Ji has glorified his Gurudev. He has encouraged his Gurudev. Gurudev, I'm really benefiting from your speech. Please, please. आप उपदेश करते रहिए. आप बोलते रहिए. You please keep speaking. It's really helping me. And now he poses the question. I beg to know from you. That is the way to inquire. और फिर वो क्रिएशन कैसे होता है बताओ जरा. क्रिएशन के बारे में बताओ थोड़ा. क्रिएशन के बारे में बोलो. चलो. That is one way of asking. Demanding. Guru, चलो रासलीला बताओ. रासलीला. And one way is, hey Gurudev, everything you say is perfect because you are nirmal, you are pure, free from material contamination. But I am in the darkness of avidya, ignorance. But your divine words are destroying that ignorance. So please continue speaking. I accept whatever you say. I beg to know from you how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Bhagavan, he creates this universe. I want to know about the creation. Srijate, how Krishna creates, I want to know. So that is the way of inquiring. So it's not always what we ask or what we say, how we ask and how we say. That is also important. Okay? Purport. In every inquisitive mind, pay very close attention, okay? I'm going to ask questions to all of you. In every inquisitive mind, the important question of the creation of the phenomenal world arises. Jigyasu. If the mind is Jigyasu, questions will arise about creation. Oh, this whole world exists. Well, who created? How the creator has created? These questions will come. Therefore, for a personality like Maharaj Parikshit, who was to know all the activities of Lord Krishna from his spiritual master Shukdev Goswami, such an inquiry is expected. It is not uncommon. It is expected that Shukdev Goswami will be asked such a question by Maharaj Parikshit because it's natural to inquire like this. Now, Srila Prabhupada in the purport says something very interesting. Srila Prabhupada says that the spiritual master must be Sarvadnya. The spiritual master must be very learned. Now, Sarvadnya means knows everything. Who can quote a verse from Bhagavad Gita? Now, does Guru Maharaj know coding? Does Guru Maharaj know what chemotherapy to use for which stage of breast cancer? But which verse from Bhagavad Gita proves that Guru is Sarvadnya, knows everything? Okay. Yes, Satyarama Mataji.
Tatvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha.
Correct. Here, Lord Krishna says that the Guru is Tattvadarshi. The Guru has seen the truth. Guru knows the truth. Very nice. My question is, what verse from Bhagavad Gita proves that our Guru Maharaj knows everything? Nityalila Gaurangi Mataji. Go ahead. Where are you? Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te.
Okay, very good. That
Yes.
when one is engaged in Krishna bhajan, Krishna, out of his anukampa, tesham eva anukampartham, out of his anukampa, he destroys the ignorance. But I want one verse from Bhagavad Gita which proves that our Guru Maharaj, Our Guru Maharaj knows everything. Yes. Why I am not able to see Vamshivadan Prabhu, Nitya Lila Gauranga? Yes, Vamshivadan Prabhu, please go ahead.
Mahatmanam stumam partha daidim prakritim ashritaha.
Bhajantananya manaso nyatva bhutadi mabhaya. Nice verse, but not the answer to my question. Tell me one verse from Bhagavad Gita which proves that our Guru Maharaj knows everything. He knows coding. He knows medicine. He knows engineering. Our Guru Maharaj knows the science of construction, knows astronomy, astrology, everything our Guru Maharaj knows. Our Guru Maharaj knows everything. Everything. What is this? Such a common word. Yes, Shama Kishori Mataji. Actually, let me ask Smita Mataji. First time she has raised her hand. Yes, Smita Mataji, go ahead.
Are you able to hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I'm only trying, but I'm not very sure. But it could be Tad Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashna.
Very nice. Yes, that verse was quoted already by Satyarupa Mataji. And that is Satya. This verse is Satya. But it is not the answer to my question. Shama Kishori Mataji. Go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandat pranam. Is it Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyante Vasudevam Sarvamiti Sam Mahatma Sudurlabham?
No, that is a Mahatma, a Jnani, who becomes a Mahatma by understanding that ultimately Krishna is the source of everything and then surrenders to Krishna. One verse which proves that our Guru Maharaj knows everything. Shamchandra Prabhu, can you scientifically explain how this is possible? Where are you? I cannot see you, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Let me change
So,
the view mode. I'm only able to see. Yes, now I can see you.
Prabhu, is it, I don't know, I'm just taking a guess. Kshetra Kshetranyam Chapi Mam Vidhi Sarva.
Well, that proves that Krishna is the Kshetrajna and he knows everything.
Yeah, so if you combine this with the verse of Yata Devi Parabhaktir, then it is basically the way we worship.
That Shvetashvatara Upanishad verse says that one who has equal faith in Guru as much as in Krishna, to him everything is revealed. Correct. But, well, I think you got the answer, Shamchandra Prabhu. I'll give that to you. But you're quoting from Shvetashvatara Upanishad. I want from Bhagavad Gita. So you're right. You got it. But I want Bhagavad Gita. Ananda Sundari Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Yo Mameva
Yes.
Janati Purushottamam Sa Sarvavid Bhajati Mam Sarva Bhavena Bharata.
Does our Guru Maharaj have full faith that Krishna is Purushottam, Bhagwan? Yes. Then our Guru Maharaj knows everything. Yo Mameva Masamudo Janati Purushottamam Sa Sarvavid. Krishna is saying he knows everything because he knows Krishna. One who knows Krishna knows everything. All other sub-branches of knowledge, material knowledge, everything is there. You know Krishna. You know the source. If I have taken debts from 5-6 employees, इससे 10 रुपए लिए, इससे 50 रुपए लिए, उससे 5,000 रुपए लिए. But I am the son of the boss, owner of the company, जिसके सब ये servants हैं. Then what? I just tell my father, Pitaji, thoda galti ho gaya. I didn't have money. I was going and I needed some help. I've taken loans. Can you take care? हाँ ठीक है. सबको bonus दे देता हूँ. Then all the debt is gone. So one who knows Krishna, one who knows the source, then we don't have to have knowledge of coding and LLB, LLM and MBA and MBBS. You know Krishna. What is there to know? Krishna creates everything in this material world. Ek exhalation se, and all these degrees with one inhalation they'll be finished. Kidhar hai MBA? Khadam, pralay ho gaya. So one who knows Krishna knows everything. Yomam evam asamudho janati pur. But it should be asamudho, without any doubt. One who knows Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, such a Sadguru, such a pure devotee, Sa Sarvavid, knows everything. So thank you very much. Okay, so now we go. So Guru is Sarvadnya, that was the point. So now Srila Prabhupada makes a very interesting point. I liked it very much. It was, however, already known to Maharaj Parikshit that everything we see, charachar, moving, non-moving, is born out of the energy of Lord Krishna. Parikshit Maharaj already knew. Why? Because beginning of Srīmad Bhāgavatam it says, Janmadasya to Ādi Gadādhara. That sthiti, so Shrishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, Janma, Adi. Janma means Shrishti. Here also we are talking about Shrishti, Srijan. So all this creation, maintenance, destruction, it is happening because of Krishna. So Maharaj Parikshit already knew the process of creation. But see, Maharaj Parikshit wanted to know the process of creation, even though he knew that creation, maintenance, destruction takes place through Krishna. The origin of creation was known to him. He knew the origin of creation. Otherwise, he would not have inquired how the personality of Godhead Bhagavan. See, in this word, the word Bhagwan is used. Bhagwan. He would not have said that how Bhagwan creates by his different energies, this phenomenal material world. So Maharaj Parikshit knew that Krishna is the creator, but still, in detail, he wanted to know how the process of creation works. That's why he has posed this question. So he was cursed to die in 7 days. If we are cursed to die in 7 days, we might say, Shukdev Goswami, just can you go to the 10th canto directly? Time nahi. Prabhupada explains. We have no experience in the practical world that a thing is created automatically. Foolish people say that the creative energy is independent and acts automatically. A Big Bang theory. Theory of evolution. Everything is happening automatically without any higher intelligence. There is natural selection in Darwin's theory. There is Big Bang. Stephen Hawking says that just everything was created. There is no God. But we don't have such an experience in this world anywhere where something very nice is created without a creator. Even this simple cloth bead bag of mine, if I say that no tailor has created it, it just, in a cotton field, there was explosion, earthquake, fire. In the cotton field, I'm from Akola, the cotton city of India. Cotton field, there was aag lag gayi, aur ye bead bag nikli. Haribo. How many of you will believe? Nobody will believe, but they want us to believe. There was a big bang and all of us came out slowly, evolved from that blast. Our DNA and everything. Okay. Maharaj Parikshit, I'm going way down in the purport. It's a very long purport. Maharaj Parikshit did not ask his spiritual master Shukdev Goswami to narrate Lord Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. He didn't say go to Braj Leela. Fast forward karo thoda. Time nahi hai. No. Maharaj Parikshit did not ask his spiritual master Shri Shukdev Goswami to narrate Lord Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. He wanted to hear first about creation of the Lord. Shukdev Goswami did not say that King Parikshit should hear about the direct transcendental pastimes of the Lord, Leela, Krishna Leela. The time is very short, and naturally Shukdev Goswami could have gone directly to the 10th canto to make a shortcut of the whole thing, as is generally done by professional reciters. But neither was Shukdev Goswami that type of guru, nor was Maharaj Parikshit that type of a disciple. Those who are in the material world must first of all know how the external energy of Lord Krishna is working under the direction of Krishna. Mayadhyakshana prakriti suyate sacharacharam. And afterwards, one may try to enter into the activities of the internal energy. See, first we have to understand the external energy. Then we can enter the mysteries of internal energy. The mundaners are mostly worshippers of Sri Durga Devi, the external energy of Krishna. But they do not know that Durga Devi is but the shadow energy of Lord Krishna, Brahma Samhita. Chaya. Behind her astonishing display of material workings is the direction of Lord Krishna, as confirmed in Sri Bhagavad Gita 9.10. The Brahma Samhita affirms that Sri Durga Shakti is working by the direction of Govinda. And without Lord Krishna's sanction, the powerful Durga Shakti cannot move even a blade of grass. Therefore, the neophyte devotee, instead of jumping at once to the platform of transcendental pastimes presented by the internal energy of Lord Krishna, Yogamaya, Bhagavana Pitaratri, how does Rasa Panchadhyaya begin? Bhagavana Pitaratri, Sharadot Pulla Mallika, Vikshanantu Manachakre, Yogamaya Upashrita. Yogamaya. Ras Lila took place under Yogamaya, internal energy. Instead of jumping at once to the platform of transcendental pastimes presented by the internal energy, Yogamaya of Lord Krishna, one must know how great Supreme Lord Krishna is by inquiring about the process of his creative energy. Therefore, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita also, this creation is described in great detail. Tattva has to be understood before we enter rasa. Only when one knows about Lord Krishna's greatness can one firmly put one's unflinching faith in him. Shamchandra Prabhu, can you explain that in your own words? Such an important thing Prabhupada is saying. Only when one knows Lord Krishna's greatness can one firmly put one's unflinching faith in Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. So, when Krishna's, am I audible, Prabhu?
Yes, loud and clear.
So when Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam, bhuta bhava samamita. So this starts with the Shraddha. So when we have Shraddha, then he gives a necessary intelligence to us to understand that he is Aham sarvasya prabhavo. So tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami. The dadami buddhi yogam tam comes only when the Shraddha is put before us. So the starting point is faith. So here Prabhupada emphasizes that same thing again, that this greatness of Krishna, when we are fully digesting and we are accepting it with an unflinching faith, only then a common man or even the great leaders, they will be able to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the faith comes always, before anything else, and then automatically through Shraddha, it is revealed. The right process, step by step, is revealed to us, so that the right knowledge is imported into the hearts of the sincere sadhaka. Right.
Ādav Shraddha. Shraddha is very important, and Prabhupada is saying here that Shraddha comes when we know about Krishna's greatness. How great Krishna is. Like you said, Aham sarvasya prabhava mata sarvam prabhava. This knowledge is required. How Krishna is great, how he creates, how he maintains, how he destroys. His Vibhuti Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, among the Nagas, I am Ananta Sheshna. Among the serpents, I am Vasuki. Among the aquatics, I am the shark. Among the animals, I am the king of the jungle, lion. So when we hear about this greatness of Krishna, so this greatness we must understand in order to develop that Shraddha. Very nice. Now, Janani Mataji, please read verse number 7. And then Satyar Madhuri can read the translation, please.
Hare Krishna. Yata gopayati vibhor yata samyachate punaha yam yam shakti mupashritya purushaktihi paraha puman atmanam kridayan kridan karoti vikaroti cha.
Translation by Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all-powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player.
Hare Krishna. दुनिया बनाने वाले क्या तेरे मन में समाई, तूने काहे को दुनिया बनाई. One should read Srīmad Bhāgavatam 2.4.7. to get answer to that question. Such a beautiful verse. Maharaj Parikshit continues his request to Gurudev Shri Shukdev Goswami that please describe how Krishna engages all his different energies, and he creates, maintains, and again destroys this material world as if it's a play for him. How a child will go to a beach and make sand castle, play for a few hours. Mummy says, "Chalo, now Puran Puri is ready. Come, let's eat." Oh, okay. Dismantle everything and go and play. Forget. Then he forgets about that castle that he spent hours building and playing. Krishna is like that. Creates, maintains for some time, and then no attachment. Loop, breathes in and everything is gone. Looped. Annihilated. Again creates. Oh, now he'll get attached. Now he'll get attached. He even comes, incarnates, and then just detach. Again, finished. Those who were able to go to Vaikuntha, they went. Jo reh gaye, wo reh gaye. Fir se. Again he'll create. Again maintain for some time. Paritranaya sadhuna, he comes. We feel, oh, he's so attached. Dharma samsthapan. He just destroys the world where he established dharma. So as if Krishna is, therefore, renunciation is one of the 6 opulences of Krishna. Vairagya. Jnana Vairagya. So like that. So Krishna is like that. Very amazing. And this is also the Brahma Sutra also explains in one sutra why Krishna creates this whole world. And even in Jaiva Dharma, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that ultimately it is a krida for Krishna. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when asked with the question that, so why some jivas are nitya siddha, some are baddha like us, both are coming from Tatastha Shakti. Nitya siddha are also coming from the Tatastha Shakti. All jivas come from the Tatastha Shakti of Krishna. Why some become baddha, why some become... Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that ultimately it is... The only way to explain that is this is Krishna's. You'll be shocked if I tell you what Jaiva Dharma says. It says if some jivas are not baddha, listen carefully with your hearts, not just ears. Listen carefully with your hearts. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains in Jaiva Dharma. If some jivas did not become baddha, then how will Krishna display his karuna? Imagine, if everybody is nitya siddha, then how does Bhagavan show his karuna aspect? वहां पर थोड़ी करुणा दिखानी होती है गोलोक वृंदावन में. मधुमंगल लोग करुणा दिखाएंगे? श्रीधाम को करुणा दिखो, उठा के पढ़ देंगे भगवान को. Karuna is shown for baddha jiva. And one of the qualities of Krishna is he is very merciful. And Krishna gets an opportunity to display his opulence of his karuna. How Srīmad Bhāgavatam sarga visargascha. Sthanam poshanam. Poshanam. Krishna is doing poshanam of his bhaktas. Saving Gajendra. Saving Draupadi. Saving Arjun. On so many occasions in Kurukshetra. War. So this Krishna saving Prahlad Maharaj from Hiranyakashipu. So this quality of Krishna is only seen in the material world. So we need baddha jivas also. Paritrana sadhunam kaise dikhayenge Bhagwan agar koi baddha nahi hai to. This is explained in Jaiva Dharma. That to show the karuna aspect of Krishna, this material world is created. And some of us have become baddha. But we should help increase Krishna's fame as Parama Karuna Prabhu Duijana Nitai Gaura Chandra by taking to their process and becoming liberated. If you don't become liberated, then how Krishna will show his Karuna? Krishna has to show na ki dekho ye jeev baddha tha mukta ho gaya. Ye dekho ye baddha tha mukta ho gaya. So we should take to Krishna consciousness with great enthusiasm. That was service to Krishna. Because we are glorifying, we are expanding the glories of Krishna. Okay? So this translation has been read. Now, this purport I have started because it is a super purport. So I'm going to read the whole purport as it is. Please pay rapt attention. It's a 5-star purport. All purports are 5-star. This is also 5-star. So listen carefully, okay? I'm going to read the translation again so we know the context. Parishit Maharaj is requesting Shukdev Goswami, kindly describe how the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is all-powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player. Sporting spirit of a player. Krida, the word Krida is used. Okay, purport. In the Katha Upanishad 2.2.13, the Supreme Lord Krishna is described as the chief eternal being amongst all other eternal individual beings. Nityo Nityanam. Sab Nityo mein wo sabse bada Nitya hai. Chetanas Chetananam. Sab Chetan व्यक्ति में सबसे बड़े चेतन व्यक्ति भगवान है. Nityo Nityanam Chetanam Chetanas Chetananam. And the one Supreme Lord who maintains innumerable other individual living beings. Eko Bahunam Yo Vidhat Kaman. Vidhati Kaman arthat sab is fulfilling the desires, the needs of everyone. Yogakshemam Maham. Eko Bahunam Yo Vidhati Kaman. So all living entities, both conditioned, Baddha Jeev and liberated state, Mukta Jeev, are maintained by Almighty Supreme Lord Krishna. Such maintenance is effected by Lord Krishna through his different expansions of self and 3 principal energies. Listen carefully. Namely, Antaranga Shakti, internal energy, Bahiranga Shakti, external energy, and marginal energy, the Jivas. The living entities are his marginal energies, and some of them, in the confidence of Lord Krishna, are entrusted with the work of creation also, like Lord Brahma and Prajapatis, like Marichi, etc. Kashyap Muni. The external energy Maya is also impregnated with the Jivas or conditioned souls, Baddha Jivas. They are impregnated in the Mahatattva by Mahavishnu. The external energy, Maya or Mahatattva, is also impregnated with Jivas or conditioned souls. The unconditioned marginal potency. What is the meaning of unconditioned marginal potency? Raise your hand. Who knows? What is the meaning of unconditioned marginal potency? Shama Kishori Mataji. Or before I even asked you, you raised your hand. Okay, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, is it Nitya Siddhas?
Correct, very good. The unconditioned marginal potency, Nitya Siddhas, act in the spiritual kingdom, like Lalita, Vishakha, etc. And the Lord, by his different plenary expansions, maintains them in different transcendental relations displayed in the spiritual sky. Meaning, Krishna of Vrindavan, Krishna in Dwarka, Lord Ramchandra in Ayodhya, Narayan in Vaikuntha planets, through different Swamsha. Remember, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Vibhinnamsha and Swamsha. Vibhinnamsha are the Jivas, and Swamsha are Krishna's own incarnation, expansion, Swamsha. So his different expansions, personal plenary expansions, he maintains in the spiritual sky, different planets. So the one supreme personality of Godhead manifests himself in many. Ekoham Bahusyam. That is a Brahma Sutra. Ekoham Bahusyam. He is one, but he is manifesting as myriad, as many, through his Antaranga Shakti, Tadastha Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti. And thus all diversities are in Krishna. And he is in all diversities, although he is nevertheless different from all of them. See? Achintya Bhed Abhed Tattva. That is the inconceivable mystic power of Lord Krishna. And as such, everything is simultaneously one with Krishna and different from him by his inconceivable potencies. Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. Srila Prabhupada in this purport has explained Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. Very beautiful. This Siddhanta is so beautiful. Imagine now. Close your eyes. There is one Supreme Lord, Krishna. And we are his parts and parcels. Mama amsha jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana. All the jivas are Krishna's amsha, vibhinna amsha. And different jivas have different proclivities, different tendencies. They want to have different relationships, rasa with Krishna. And Krishna manifests in many forms. As Vrindavan Bihari Krishna, as Dwarkadhish Krishna, as Ayodhyapati Ram, as Vaikuntanath Narayan. Different forms, different relationships. Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. This is all going on. At the same time, some jivas are Baddha. Krishna Bhuliya Sei Jeev Anadi Bahirmukh. Always they have been Baddha, Anadi Bahirmukh. They are turned away from Krishna. Ata eva Maya Tare Deha Samsar Dukh. And they are suffering in the external energy Maya Shakti. So Krishna comes to show his karuna. He comes to save us and bring us to the spiritual world. But even the material world is Krishna only. Bhumi rapo nalo vayur kham mano buddhi revacha ahankar ityam bhinna prakriti ashta. Krishna's prakriti only. Maya dhakshana prakriti suvetasa characharam. Krishna is in control always. We are always with Krishna. We are always within Krishna's satta. This is very beautiful, very hope-giving and very joy-giving philosophy of Krishna consciousness. We are never away from Krishna. We may be the most sinful, wretched person, but we are never without hope. Why? Because at the end of the day, the truth is that we belong to Krishna. A child may be very bad, very naughty, but he is the child of the parents. He always has a right to go to his parents, and the parents are there for the child. So Krishna says, Mama amsha jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana. No matter how long we have been in the material world, but we belong to Krishna, and Krishna is there for us. This is a very beautiful Siddhanta. Sorry, we are going a little slow, but what to do? There is so much to learn here from Srila Prabhupada's purports. I cannot just go faster than this. Please forgive me, I'm trying. So we'll stop here because it is time. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All of you are very wonderful. Very nicely you are reading the Sanskrit, the translations, the purports, giving nice explanations, inspiring me also to read. So thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Yes, Nityalila Gaurangnathji, please go ahead.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So here it is saying Eko Bahushyam. So he becomes many, but at the same time in Bhagavad Gita he says that we all always existed. He also always existed. All the kings always existed. So we are always there separate from him. But at the same time it is said that, you know, he, Supreme Personality of Godhead, manifests himself in many forms.
Yes.
So how to understand this, Prabhuji?
Yes. What you have asked, your question is exactly Achintya Bhedabheda. This exactly, it is Achintya. You are saying why it is Achintya? It is Achintya. Prabhupada said it is Achintya. Mahaprabhu said it is Achintya. Because there is Bhed, we can never become Krishna. We are always Krishna's servant. Jivara Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. So Krishna says, you also existed. All these Mahipatis also, kings also existed. I also existed. You don't remember, but I remember. So there is definitely Bhed. But then Krishna says, Mama Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta. You are my Amsha, you are part of me. So there is Abhed also. So there is Bhed, there is Abhed also. And how this is? Well, this is inconceivable. It is Achintya. So yes, you are saying, asking why it is Achintya? It is Achintya.
Also, Prabhuji, this can be quoted by maybe Mayavadis that, you know, Eko Bahusyam. So we, he quote, was one. Right? So
that is their favorite sutra.
Exactly. So how to counter them? That's my, you know, we need to have that answer, right, to explain actually. So I was thinking
how to counter. So basically what is happening is, see, there is Achintya, Bhed, Abhed, correct? Mayavadis, they overemphasize Abhed. That is the problem. Simple problem. Two aspects. There is Bhed, there is Abhed. If you get stuck in Abhed, you become Mayavadi.
Right.
So, therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says clearly that Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja Anityam Asukham Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasva Mam Tesham Evanukam Partham Aham Ajnanajam Tama Nashyami. Are, if you are Bhagwan, then why you need someone to come and do Andhakar Nash? If it's Krishna only, everything is Krishna, everyone is Krishna, then why some Krishna has to come and save you or destroy your ignorance?
Right.
Why I will destroy my own ignorance? So Mayavad doesn't make sense because they are overemphasizing and getting completely stuck on the abhed aspect of the tattva, neglecting bhed tattva. Therefore, achintya bhed abhed, both are there. So just think like this: it is Krishna who is one, and this is coming up in Jaiva Dharma now. Krishna is one Bhagwan, and he has many energies. He has the Brahma Jyoti also as one of his effulgence, Brahman as his effulgence, which is one of his energies. He has the Paramatma aspect also, where he expands as Shirodakshaya Vishnu as a Paramatma. He has the Tatastha Shakti, through which he manifests the Jivas, and he has the Bahiranga Shakti, which has the 3 modes of material nature, Kal, and the 8 aspects, Bhumi, Apo, Nalo, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego, through which the material world is created. But these are all Krishna's energy, and because they are Krishna's energy, they are actually non-different from Krishna. So Krishna is ultimately one, Eko Aham Bahusya, but he manifests as many because Krishna is unlimited. He's Ananta. So he has to manifest his Ananta aspect also. He manifests his Leela aspect, his Karuna aspect, like we're discussing today. So Krishna has all these facets to him, and these facets make Krishna very beautiful, very attractive. Bhagwan, Shada Aishwarya Purna Bhagwan. So like that. If you overemphasize Abhed, then we become impersonalist.
Yeah. And even in Upanishads, there is always prayer to the Supreme. So if we are Supreme, then there is no prayer, right? So that is what you pointed out. So yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Therefore, Mahaprabhu so nicely synthesized both by saying that yes, there is Abhed, but there is Bhed also. So again, one may ask how that is possible, like you asked, it's Achintya. It is like that. And to accept that it is Achintya is an aspect of our humility. See, if we can understand everything, sab chintya hai mere liye. Main sab kuch samajh sakta hu. I can understand everything. I can decipher everything. I can like crack it. I can understand everything. Then we are God. But to say that no, I cannot understand, it is inconceivable. I cannot even conceive it. How this is possible? That is our humility. So therefore, Mahaprabhu says Achintya. Ainanda Tanuja Kinkara. I am your Kinkara. I am your servant. Kya karu Kinkara? Patitam ma Vishame Bhavam Buddho. Kripaya tava. If I am only Bhagwan, then why I will say I am your Kinkar? O son of Nanda, Nanda Tanuja, I am your Kinkar. That is Sambandha Dhyan. Actually, just this mundane Jaiva Dharma, we were discussing this beautiful Sambandha Dhyan. What is Sambandha Dhyan? Krishna, Jeev, and Prakriti, and their interrelationship. So like that. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Shama Kishori Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much for the wonderful class. So Prabhuji, I don't mean any disrespect, but I just had this question, so
I'm scared when you begin a question like that. I get scared. Hare Krishna.
You said right now, you mentioned about Jaiva Dharma and how Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur has said that ultimately it is his play, why someone is conditioned and why someone is liberated. Nitya Siddha. So, Prabhuji, Krishna is supremely fair. He says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ye tamam prapadyante, as one surrenders to me, I reciprocate accordingly. So, how is he not fair? How can it be so capricious that someone is Nitya Baddha and someone is Nitya Siddha just because he wants to play? How is it possible?
No, it's not like that. See, every jiva has, because we are part of Krishna and Krishna is Swarat, Krishna has the quality of independence, the jiva also has the quality of independence. Where are you? Oh, yeah, there you are. So Krishna also has the quality of independence. And the jivas also have that minute independence. The difference is Krishna is completely independent. He is autocrat, like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada would say. So he is a supreme autocrat. And we are very tiny, but we also have that independence. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly emphasized, because this is so difficult to understand, and I have discussed this with many learned scholars, at least with few learned scholars, and they have told that if we scrutinizingly study the Vedas, a clear answer is not there for this question. And therefore, our beloved Srila Prabhupada is so merciful when he was preaching in the Western world. In the Western countries, as Christians, Muslims, Jews, all these religions, there is this concept of Adam and Eve and the original sin. They ate the forbidden apple from the forbidden tree. All those concepts are there. And Srila Prabhupada, because they come from that kind of background, Srila Prabhupada utilized that for preaching purpose and said that we turned away from Krishna. And we fell from Vaikuntha. Sometimes Prabhupada would say like that. Although in Srimad Bhāgavatam purport, Srila Prabhupada mostly has said that nobody falls from Vaikuntha, which is the Siddhanta in all the Sampradaya. Madhvacharya, Sripada Ramanujacharya, Shri Nimbarkacharya, Shri Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, all the Sampradayas, Sripad Vallabhacharya, and even in Gaudiya Math, the Siddhanta is that no one ever falls from Vaikuntha, and we have not fallen from Vaikuntha. But Srila Prabhupada utilized that strategy for the sake of preaching, so that devotees don't get stuck in these doubts, in such questions that, is Krishna even fair? Krishna is supremely, he's not only fair, he's also Sham. No, Krishna is very fair. He is more than fair. He is the supreme lover, very kind. And see, certain things we have to accept that we cannot understand sitting here on July 13th, 2023. How we came, why we turned away from Krishna. Krishna bhulya jeev anadi bahirmukh. This is, we can accept this, Mahaprabhu's words. This is very simple to understand. Yes, we have forgotten Krishna. Until we met devotees, we were in forgetfulness. But how that is, why we are anadi bahirmukh, these are questions that we really cannot understand, because we are like second or third graders who are trying to understand very high level, PhD level mathematics. It's not possible. But our acharyas say that when we attain Krishna, when we become self-realized, then these doubts go away. We understand everything by Krishna's mercy. Everything is revealed to us. So that much patience and humility we must have, that right now this concept is not clear, how some jivas become conditioned, how some jivas are liberated. And ultimately, Jagan Vaibhava Nataka. This whole world is like a natak. It's like a krida, like today's Bhagavatam verse clearly says, it's like a krida for Krishna. So these things will become clear when we become self-realized. When we attain Krishna, then complete knowledge will come. We will attain Satchidananda Swarup. And Chid means we have all knowledge. Sat Chid Ananda Swarup. We will get Satchidananda Swarup. So we have to just be patient and have the humility that we cannot understand everything, because we are conditioned souls and because we are not so pure and not so intelligent. Muhyanti yat suraya. Brahmaji cannot understand. So we should accept it. Okay, I cannot understand exactly how this happens. But whatever our Shastra says, whatever our Acharyas, like Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Prabhupada have explained, we should understand that some are Nitya Siddha, some are Nitya Baddha. It is not Krishna's fault. Krishna is most merciful. It is our misuse of independence. Srila Prabhupada clearly says. And by proper use of independence, we can go back to Krishna. And when we go back to Krishna, then everything will become crystal clear. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes, Girish Prabhu, you are quite young. When I saw your name, I thought, when you messaged me on WhatsApp, I thought you are a disciple of Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj. Are you?
No, I'm aspiring devotee from Haldar Swami Maharaj.
Very nice.
So,
very nice.
मेरा Prabhuji, can I speak in Hindi?
Yeah,
I'm not
yes.
good at it. तो मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन है, पराभक्ति का रियल मीनिंग क्या है? पराभक्ति.
Parabhakti means
पराभक्ति.
Uttama Bhakti. Savai Pumsam. Savai, no, what is that verse? Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo. Yato Bhakti Radhokshaje. Ahaitukya Pratihata Ye Atma Suprasidati. And Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavratam Anukulyana Krishna Anushilanam Bhakti Ruttama. This is the meaning of Parabhakti. Parabhakti means one should have complete devotion, complete faith. So one who has complete faith in Guru and Krishna equally, so to such a person, the meaning is revealed, not otherwise.
Next question is, Prabhuji, what is the difference between Achintya Veda and Vishishta Advaita?
Prabhuji, this will get into very philosophical. If you ask all the 4 Siddhantas and how Mahaprabhu's 5th Siddhanta amalgamates the essence of everything, that's a very detailed discussion. But so initially, Shripad Ramanujacharya, he gave the Advaitavada philosophy, where non-dual, there is no two, everything is one, Advait. And when Shripad Ramanujacharya came after Shripad Shankaracharya, Shripad Ramanujacharya gave the Vishesh Advaitavad, because Advaitavad had strongly taken roots in the Indian subcontinent. And then Shripad Ramanujacharya adjusted that Advaitavad by saying Vishesh Advaitavad, where yes, everything is one, but still there is a difference. And the difference is that Lord Narayan is supreme and we are his devotees. And then Shripad Madhvacharya came. Shripad Madhvacharya, being Vayudev, Hanumanji and Bhim together, combined incarnation, he wanted to really root out Advaitavad. So he preached Dvaitavad. That not even Vishesh Advait, no compromise. He stressed on dualism. That a Jeev can never become Jagdish. There is Jagdish and there is Jeev. 2 things. Bas. Like that. So, is that okay, Prabhu? Helpful.
मैं पढ़ा प्रभु जी की जयोधर्म में, at the time of immemorial, जीव क्रिएट हुए थे गिरिजा नदी के पास में, मतलब बॉर्डर स्पिरिचुअल स्काई और मटेरियल स्काई के बीच में क्रिएट हुए थे. तब जो कृष्ण का विमुक्त हो गया, उसके ऊपर माया का प्रभाव हुआ था और वो मटेरियली एनलॉक्ड हो गया था. और मतलब भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर भजन में यही लिखते हैं, मतलब बोलिए तुम्हारे संसार आसिया ये और एमोना दुर्मति संसार अधिकारी, ये मतलब मुझे ऐसे मैं कन्विंस हो गया था. लेकिन आप बोल रहे हैं कि ये क्लैरिटी नहीं है, तो
no, the Shastra doesn't explain why some jivas are Nitya Siddha and why some jivas are Baddha. I'll show you something. 1 second. Let me. You are able to see my screen or no?
Yes, sir.
What do you see? Veda base, no?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll show you. Prabhupada Lilamrit mein, Prabhupada himself has written this very beautiful bhajan, and in that Prabhupada also writes the same thing. Markine Bhagavad Dharma. See, you can see this verse?
Yes,
Prabhupada says, Tomar ichhaye hoye maya bhasha, tomara ichhaya nasha, maya raparasha. Shama Kishore Mata, you are there? Also seeing this? See this, Prabhupada has written this.
Yes.
All living entities come under the control of Maya, illusory energy, by Krishna's will. And therefore, if Krishna, you like, if you desire, then by your will, they can also be released. Dekho, Prabhupada saying, Tomara ichhaye sab hoye maya bash. By Krishna's desire, we have come under the control of Maya. And tomara ichha hai nash, Maya parish. And we can become free from Maya by Krishna's desire. Isn't it? So this is the Siddhanta. This is the Siddhanta. Shama Kishore, you were able to see?
So Prabhuji, isn't this saying that, I mean, we are not independent because it's because of his desire? So where is our misuse of independence?
No, our desire is there and Krishna is the Anumanta. Krishna gives permission. But it's not like we are forced. Even to do bhakti, we are not forced. And even to forget Krishna, we are not forced. It is our free will. But without Krishna's sanction, if Krishna doesn't want it, tomara ichha means if Krishna doesn't want it, in English we can say, then it will not happen. But Krishna doesn't interfere with the free will of the jiva. But really, this is easy for me to say, but this is not so easy to understand. And
it is complicated, Prabhuji.
It is complicated. It is complicated. And therefore, this is one aspect where the Shastra also does not give detail. Otherwise, Krishna could have given a chapter in Bhagavad Gita. The fall of the jiva. The fall of the Baddha jiva. How Baddha jiva falls. Aisa koi kahin chapter nahi hai. Nor will you find it in Vedanta anywhere. It is not there. The Shastra is silent on this. So we have to accept what is there. But the thing is, Srila Prabhupada is so amazing. Srila Prabhupada's preaching strategy is so amazing. When Srila Prabhupada was pestered on this point, Srila Prabhupada gave that example of the drowning man. You have heard that example, right? Many times. Srila Prabhupada gave that example that if somebody is drowning and you go give them a helping hand and the person, no, first tell me how I fell. Kaise gira main? Oh, he's about to die, drown. No, pehle batao kaise gira. Explain karo mere ko. I want to understand. So our situation is like that. We are drowning. There are 8.4 million species. बड़े मुश्किल से एक ऐसा मानव शरीर मिला है जिसमें साधु संग मिला है. उसमें अगर हम क्यों करेंगे कैसा ऐसा क्यों तो मेरी गलती थोड़ी है मैं इधर आया. अरे भैया गलती नहीं है पर सफर कर रहे हो ना. You admit you're suffering. You admit there is a way to get out of this suffering. Just accept it and exit. आग लगी है हॉल में, एक ही एग्जिट डोर है. नहीं पहले बताओ इधर आग लगी कैसे. पहले बाहर निकलो फिर सब समझ जाओगे. We will give you a whole tutorial कैसे आग लगी थिएटर में. So like that, our situation is like that. We should do bhajan. 35 crore करना है. Hare Krishna महामंत्र. ये 16 माला में प्रॉब्लम है. So let's do bhajan. Let's not waste too much time. Questions. Yes, sir. Prabhupada would say. Girish Prabhu, you're okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Last question, Bhagavati Vasudha Mata.
Krishna Prabhuji, Those Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for all this detailed explanation of Achintya Veda. Prabhuji, but sometimes we feel that when hearing this, if everything is in Krishna's hand, why I should work so hard to go back? If let's see, like ultimately it is his decision. So let me just go through the journey. Just love Krishna, that's all. Whatever, don't plan anything. Don't. So is that correct? Like, because even if you work hard, it's his decision. If you don't work hard also, if you die also, no problem. Anyway, it is his leela. We are going again to next action, whatever he requires. So just forget about all those things. Be happy with Seva or Krishna, whatever you like to do to Krishna.
You are, in English, you are saying Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's prayers. Maro bhi rakho bhi, jo ichha tumhar, nitya dasa prati tuha adhikar. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaya. Mama janmani, janmanishware. You are saying janmani, janmanishware. Bhavatat bhakti rahe tu. And then you are asking, is this okay? Yes, you are speaking the Siddhanta of Shikshashtakam and Sharanagati Gita of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Yes, this is the... Therefore, see, we don't take to Krishna consciousness because we are stuck in this material world and we want relief. That is a very preliminary stage, which also Krishna says, okay, there's Sukriti, Arto, Artharthi, Jidnyasu. Arto, Artharthi, Jidnyasu, Jnani cha Bharatarshava. 4 types of Sukriti no jana. Chaturvida bhajante ma. So that is also okay, but that is not the path of Uttama Bhakti or pure devotional service. Pure devotional service is Anya Abhilashita Shunyam, like you said. So yeah, we don't worry so much whether we go to Golok Vrindavan or whether we go to hell. Swarga Apavarga Narkeshu Api Tulyartha Darshanam. For a devotee, it is same. We just want to do seva. And without seva, we don't even want liberation. Sarashti Samapya Sarupya. Salokya Ekatvam Apiuta Diyamanam Na Grinanti Vinamat Sevanam Jana. Without seva, we don't even want these 5 types of liberations. So that is the path of Srila Rupa Goswami. That is the path of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we follow. That we simply want to, like you said, love Krishna. We simply want to love Krishna. Prema Pumarto Mahan. And other things, we are not so much worried. Whether we are here, whether we are in heaven, whether we are in hell, whether we are in Golok Vrindavan, we will continue our Nitya Dharma. Nitya Dharma is to love and serve Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nitya Dharma. So that's, we are happy with that. Even in this world, with all of you, all the wonderful devotees, Prabhupada's family, we are happy. Chanting Hare Krishna. Problems are there. Problems will be there in this material world. The only reason, our Acharya said, the only reason a Jiva may sometimes think that it will be nice if I can go to the spiritual world, like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, this world is not a place for gentlemen. That desire sometimes comes in the heart of a devotee, because in the spiritual world, there is no impediment to bhajan. There is no limitation to our devotional service. There, the body doesn't become old, diseased. We can run with Krishna. We can dress Krishna anytime, any day. There are no diseases. So like that. But a devotee really doesn't want. Whatever makes Krishna happy. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Whatever makes Krishna happy. I'm happy to do that. So like that. Like Dasharati. Okay, you want me to become a servant in a non-devotee house. I'll go. He didn't even know it was for 1 year. He thought probably all my life I have to serve them now. But that's fine. If that's the order of Guru, it pleases Guru, then I will do that. So that should be our attitude. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Okay? Thank you, Madhuri. So we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Srīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare